And music. Beyond that, I have no idea.
From New York, let me recap our story thus far. I've been kidnapped by a race of super brainy aliens who are flying me back to their world on the far rim of the galaxy. They probably want me to breed with their women. And who can blame them? Anyway, stage manager Biff Henderson sneaked on board and is trying to save me. Well, what if I don't want to be saved?
Bill, finish up your announcements. I found something important.
Okay, it's late night, Biff. What's so damn important?
Bill, that big book the aliens are always looking at, it's a cookbook, and your picture is on every page.
But I'm all muscle. Oh, Biff, what are we going to do?
Just introduce Dave.
David!
Thank you, boys.
I have one question for the studio audience. Is everyone happy with their seat? Had a little bit of ugliness in the audience a minute ago. A couple of guys, actually 3 guys in suits and ties, friends of somebody. Am I right? Are they friends of somebody? Like big-time guys, deadbeats who have not... They did not see fit to wait the 3 years for tickets to get in here to our tiny little studio, and so we bounced those clowns. They're gone. They're history. And in their place, we have a lovely couple celebrating their anniversary from Durham, North Carolina. There they are, right there. I thought for a second we were going to have to call the National Guard. And as a matter of fact, what the hell? Let's call the National Guard. I had a terrible nightmare last night. I woke up screaming and sweating. I dreamed that I was entertaining at the White House, and I was singing, "You Light Up My Life."
Ooh. Ow.
Well, here in New York City yesterday, Van Gogh's, one of his paintings, Irises was the painting, sold for $53.9 million. That, of course, includes the frame. Yeah. But, you know, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, it's so difficult these days. Gary Hart will be speaking at Cornell University tonight, former Democratic presidential nominee. The topic of his address this evening will be the balance of trade deficit and hitting on co-eds. Now, this is kind of sad. I'm walking to work today. I get off the subway down there about... where do I get off the subway, Paul? I take the D in from Staten Island, I think, and then I'm lost once I get here.
Not sure about that.
Yeah, anyway, there's a crowd of people gathered on a sidewalk, and I look up to, like, the 50th or 60th floor, and sad but true, you see it every now and then. And I guess now, with the financial situation being whatever it happens to be right now, there was a guy, you know, who was going to jump off the ledge. And most of the people in the crowd, as you would expect, were yelling, "Jump! Jump!" But it was interesting. This one guy said, does this mean your apartment will be vacant? What's your address? So, we're gonna look at traffic tonight. Hal, are we ready to go out there on the Triborough Bridge? Yeah. This is one of the many roads in and out of Manhattan. This is the Triborough Bridge, and $2 is the fare. Is that what it costs to get in and out of New York City now on this bridge? $2. And this would be rush hour. And how do you do, ma'am? Hello. How do you do? Nice to see you. Hi. How are you? This bridge is like 50 years old, Paul, and I believe since they opened up the bridge way back in '36, something like 1 billion automobiles and trucks have traveled to and from Manhattan on that bridge. And so we're going to spend some time this evening just looking at rush hour traffic. Paul, a little piano music here while we visit with these. Would you like fries with that? Hi, how are you?
Fine,
nice to see you. Where are you going, ma'am?
New York.
I say, all right. Have a safe trip. Anybody else coming? All right, these people are waving. How do you do? Nice to see you.
Hello.
You know you have a body in your trunk?
Yeah, I put it there last night.
What did he say? Something awful? Anyway, we'll be watching traffic all night here in New York City. We got a great show for you. Martin Short is with us tonight, and Candace Bergen is here, and a young...
Thank you very much.
How you doing, Paul?
I'm doing marvelously. I'm moved by that response from the audience. Wasn't it nice?
It was very nice. Well, I think they like you.
Well...
And you, Paul, as an entertainer, you like them, don't you?
As an entertainer, it is my duty to like them.
That's right. And your pleasure, your privilege to like them.
It's my pleasure, as Billy Preston says in his Vegas act, it's my pleasure to entertain you this evening.
All right.
It's my pleasure to be with your people this evening.
I'm exhausted. I got no sleep last night because my neighbor's dog came over again last night. Now, this dog is about, conservatively speaking, the size of this desk. He came over Monday night, and he stayed all night. And I think what he does, I think he has a doghouse, and so the neighbors let him out, and he goes into the doghouse for like 20 seconds until the neighbors' lights go out. Then he cuts across the yard to my place, and he comes in and spends the night there. And Monday night, he came in and took a huge dump on a brand new rug. It's a dog about this size.
How did that come out, by the way?
Well, I'm still working on it. I got some of that spray stuff this morning, and I sprayed it on there. But so last night, every time I hear a sound, I wake up thinking, uh-oh, he's doing it again. So it's very difficult.
So he came over last night?
Yes, Paul, he came over to be with his people. The hell that was. That means... Let's do a top... No, let's go back out to the Triborough Bridge. Paul, a little piano music. Let's watch some traffic here in Manhattan. These are the folks on their way home. And from this bridge, you can get, I guess the three boroughs involved would be Manhattan, the Bronx, and Queens. How do you do, ma'am? Nice to see you. All right, just keep moving. Oh, she apparently doesn't have the exact fare. How much is it? Is it $2? We'll get this for you, ma'am. That's all right. You keep that. We'll take care of this for you. In fact, I'll tell you what. I'll give you $100 for the car. $2. I just can't get over that. Every day to get in and out of this town, it's $2. Hello? May oh, well. Difficult to strike up a conversation this way, isn't it? Gentlemen, how do you do, sir? What is your name, please?
Al Hezekiah.
And where are you going, Al?
To Queens.
I see. Are you going home?
That's right.
Finishing up work for the day?
Just finished for the day.
How much longer do you think it'll be before cars start honking really loudly at you?
Another 2 seconds or so.
All right, listen, we're going to take care of this toll for you. You just go on through.
Okay, thanks a lot.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Try not to bust that thing. Hi, how are you? May I have your name and your... okay. Thank you so much for using the bridge. Hi, how are you?
Okay.
You have a very friendly face.
Thank you.
I wish I could say the same for your passenger. Nice to see you. Have a nice evening, gentlemen. Okay, bye-bye. I don't know. I think that might have been a kidnapping in progress there. How do you do, sir? What is your name, please?
Frank Pardo.
Frank, my name is Dave Letterman. Nice to see you. Are you on your way home?
I sure am.
Uh-huh. And did you have a pretty good day?
Yeah, fair.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a medical photographer.
Ooh.
Yeah, quality, I know.
A medical photographer?
That's right.
Oh, my God. Well, go home and take a nice, long, hot shower.
I sure will. Wash my hands good.
Please do.
Thanks.
Ooh, Lord, a medical... So you go into a hospital for an appendectomy and you get like a photo album out of the deal? It's the damnedest thing I've ever heard. How do you do, sir? Nice to see you. Thank you for using the bridge tonight. It's Marvin Hamlish, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty good shot. Nice going. Came nowhere close to hitting the sack there. Hey, wait a minute. That's my car. What the hell? All right. If we get, that's all right. Good night, sir. Be careful.
Put my quarter through.
Do what?
Thank you.
Okay. If we get 2 people in a car, we can see if we can get one to hook it in from the passenger side. Oh, excuse me, ma'am, before you pay the toll, is it a coin? Is it a token? What do you have there?
It's a token.
Okay, give it to your partner there on the right-hand side. Now, who is that? Now, see if he can hook it over the roof of the car. Give it a try. Just a hook shot. Roll down the window, let him try. If it doesn't go in, we'll pay the toll, okay?
Okay, you want me to do what?
Give it to you. All right, yeah, give him. Now see if he can't hook it over the roof. All right, roll down. Here we go. Yeah! Good enough. All right, we'll try later. Thank you very much, ma'am. Okay, see, now we have a little project, Paul. We can see if somebody can hit that sometime tonight. Let's come back here to the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, take that shot again if you can, Hal. This is New York City winter right there. That's what we have ahead of us, about 5 months of that crap. Let's do the top 10 list tonight from the home office in Scottsdale, Arizona. The top 10. It's the top 10 historical inaccuracies in Napoleon and Josephine, the ABC miniseries. Anybody watching the ABC miniseries? Okay. Top 10 historical inaccuracies in that production, Napoleon and Josephine. Number 10, fans did not do wave during beheadings. Number 9, dinosaurs were extinct long before Battle of Austerlitz. Number 8, after return from Moscow, Napoleon did not check phone machine for messages. Number 7, Prussian infantry uniforms were not Sanzabelt. Number 6, was never visited by Harlem Globetrotters on island of Elba. Number 5, Napoleon never met Abe Lincoln, much less form a detective agency with him. Number 4, Napoleon gave himself title of Emperor, not Chocolate Thunder. Number 3, when Napoleon first saw Josephine, could not have murmured Ucha Magucha. Number 2, escape from Elba did not include hydrofoil chase through Everglades. And number 1, this is the number 1 historical inaccuracy in Napoleon and Josephine. The French win battles? Come on. 1,380 feet long, and then there are 2 side spans, 700 feet in length each. 60 million cars use it in a typical year, and it costs $60 million to build, Paul. 60 million. But it's generated over $1 billion of income.
So it's worth the investment, I guess.
That's right. So maybe you and I ought to think about getting our own bridge. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Great. You got
So I'm walking in the lobby, and a woman comes running up to me and says, "May I have your autograph,
Right.
Mr. Kreskin?" So my question is, I was wearing glasses, but I think it's time to change the hair. Because
This
if someone
actually
says,
happened?
Yes, it did happen in the world of show business. What I'm saying is, it happened just a few minutes ago. No, but it did happen.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Does that mean that you have to lose at one point the bang look, I think, as you edge toward mid-30s?
Yeah, but
as you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you see, you have, your hair is good.
No, my hair is not good.
No,
Let's don't even start on my hair.
Why?
You know the problems. You know the trouble. You can't get good hair in this country anymore. You have to. We're in the Philippines now looking for hair.
Yeah. Anyway, so that happened, and it was a throw clear.
But see, I think that's just insane that someone would think you were Kreskin, for heaven's sakes.
Well, you know, it's one of those things that that happens, Dave, and you just move on. You don't look back.
Perhaps the amazing Randy, maybe, but not Kreskin.
No, I was wearing horn rim glasses, and I was bending a spoon at the time, and they came up to me.
Tell me about the movie. Now, you know, a couple of years ago when you came here, you were just off of SCTV, and then you were part of Saturday Night Live, and now the last 3 or 4 times you've been here, you're a leading man. You're in major big-budget films. Pretty good deal.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Although I do feel that it's possible for it to just end. In other words, you can go the Bobby Morse route, which means that in about 5 years I could be touring with Tribute as the Sun. You know, I mean, you can never get too cocky.
No, you can't. I think smart people don't get too cocky because it all could go south.
How to succeed, you know, 1993. How to, and then this happens. Yeah, I mean, there's no guarantees.
What about, let's talk some more about your characters. What are they doing? Do you keep them, do they have lives going?
Well, they're not working now. Well, Ed Grimley.
Ed Grimley?
Is in his... If they're gonna do this with every character, we're gonna run out of time. No, Ed Grimley is...
He's a newt, isn't he?
No, he's not. First of all, he's an everyman. B, he's timeless.
No, not Ed Grimley.
What do you mean?
He's a newt. That guy.
No.
Every man?
Every man has a little Ed. Have you ever walked out of, not felt good, it hasn't been like a typical, I'm Dave and I'm Dave day, but it's been a low-key day, and you walk out and suddenly you look in the mirror and suddenly you see, that's never happened.
Yeah,
again?
that happens.
Exactly.
Pretty much around the clock.
Ed Grimley right now, he works as a handsome cab driver when he's not on television.
Yeah.
In Central Park, with the horses, and may I place your blanket? I hope it's very warm, I must say. Up there is the home of Jacqueline Bouvier Kennedy Onassis. I would imagine she would be a pretty decent person, I must say. Eyes very far apart, not her fault. Jackie Rogers Jr.
Jackie Rogers Jr.
He had written earlier an interesting book entitled about life with his famous father, The Tormented Life. It was called Damn You, Daddy, Sir. He has written a sequel entitled Damn You, Daddy, Sir, One More Time. So that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else is there that we ought to get an update from?
Cohen.
Irving Cohen, the songwriter.
The 95, he writes 150 songs a day. And if he were here... Give me a C! A bouncy C! David Letterman, you're quite a guy. I'd say you stand but oh so high. You talk to the people and that's a good thing. But you don't work blue and that's also good. Da 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 dee dee dee, whatever the hell else you want.
Well, we have all...
You'd let me know if I ever became a show-off, wouldn't you?
We'll do a commercial there. We have much more to discuss with you. We're not done with... What's the name of the movie? It's called Cross My Heart.
Cross My Heart.
Yeah, it's all about dating.
It's dating, yeah. It's the third date, the crucial date, and it takes place all in one day, mostly in an apartment. Annette O'Toole and myself, and it's what happens on that third date. There's some,
a lot of tension, a lot of decisions to be made.
Well, there's sexual tension. There's certainly.
And I understand people tell me you're naked in this movie.
Well, I mean, I'm not. What do you call naked?
Oh, like everything but a sweater and a hat.
No. You don't see it's not a Richard Gere thing happening.
Oh, now that guy, there's something wrong there.
Yeah, I mean, there's no Johnny One Note happening there, but you see me in kind of underwear, and you see, I did actually...
Now, I hear that for a second, you see you completely naked.
No, there's one thing at the back.
Yeah, from behind. You're naked from behind.
Oh, but well, first of all, let me just say.
What about your wife and kids?
Nancy and I screened the movie privately, and I was very nervous, but it seemed to be going well, And at one point, I started to go to the bathroom, and I felt this, where do you think you're going, bub? So I sat down. No, she doesn't really talk that way, but no, she was actually...
I was going to say.
Something I've made her Lucy. No, she was... She watched it with great pride. No, it's odd. I had to work out.
You worked out a little for this?
Yeah, well, gently. I was on the Barbara Hauer workout, which was... You just go like this for about 10 seconds, and then you have a smart lunch 3 times a week.
That keeps you toned up.
Yeah. But it is. Well, would you ever do a bedroom scene?
No.
Let's say it was a...
Not even in my own home.
Let's say it was a...
I sleep in the den at the house. I don't...
No, let's say it's a brilliant script.
No.
It's a kind of a Mrs. Robinson thing. You and Amanda Blake, and it's your...
No.
What?
No, nobody needs to see me naked. Oh, all right. You notice it was a guy who yelled, "Come on,
Yes,
Dave."
I saw him in the restaurant earlier. He was ordering a Caesar salad, smoked salmon sandwich, and Singapore sling.
Anyway,
this is good.
The movie. Now, you know what? Let's do. Let's go out, and I want you to talk to folks as they pay their toll, and ask them to go to the movie. Tell them about your new movie opening up, and just say, "I'm Martin Short. I'm the star of the new film. It opens up so and so. Would you please go and take a look for me?"
Sure.
All right. Let's go back there to the Triborough Bridge. Martin Short will not. And I think this is the best way to do it on a grassroots level. There you go. Hi. Excuse me. My name's Dave Letterman. I'm here with Martin Short. Martin starring in a brand new movie. He'd like to tell you all about it. What is your name, sir?
My name is Ed Small. What makes you think that you're David Letterman? Oh, cut that out. That's a machine.
Yeah, I know. And he's gone. Like that, he's gone. He's a... excuse me, sir.
Sir! It's a good bit.
We'll try one more. You've come across the Triborough, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Now, this guy's not coming in. He feels like there's some kind of police action. Oh, it is the police. Oh, yeah, well, we don't want to mess with him. All right, one more, and then Martin will just plug his... Hi, how are you, ma'am? Nice to see you. My name is Dave Letterman, and... They're rushing home to see that special one-hour Cosby tonight. Excuse me, sir. All right, one more, and then we should have just shown the clip.
No.
Hi, how are you, sir? Can I have a second of your time? Because... they're worried about... Fine actor, and he has a brand new movie opening soon he'd like to mention to you and encourage you to go see. Marty?
Well, I'd like to be in it, Marty.
Nick,
Could I be in
it's
it?
already been filmed, but Nick, it's called Cross My Heart. It opens tomorrow, and I hope you're there. You and Mrs.
Yeah, yeah. Are you gonna give me tickets? You gonna give me tickets?
Huh?
You got any tickets?
He wants tickets. Yeah, we'll get you some tickets. Okay, Nick. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
You too, Dave.
Nice talking with you. Bye-bye. Truck is full of explosives. Let's see. When does it open? Cross.
Right now, here's the new Tommy Conwell and the Young Rumblers. I'm Not Your Man.
As well as several nominations. Accomplishments that...
Let's see. Can we go out there now, Hal, and see if there's anybody eligible for this? Oh, my gosh. Nearly an accident. No, not this guy. How do you do, sir? Just keep moving. Pay the toll and go home. What are you having for dinner tonight?
Whatever my wife makes.
All right. Well, good luck. You'll be starving. Good night. All right. We need somebody on the other side. Oh, this is good. Excuse me, sir. Hi, my name's Dave Letterman. I wonder if you can do me a favor. Do you have a token there?
Yes.
All right. Give it to your... Is that your wife there with you?
Yes, it is.
Give it to your wife and see if she can hook it over the roof of the car.
Oh, wait a second here.
All right. Now try and get it in, ma'am. Anton, how about a drum roll here? Here we go. Ready? No, there it is. Okay, we'll take care of it. Thanks for trying.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Nice shot. Must be more difficult than it looks. Do we have time for this? You want to do this now? Huh? There's some kind of confusion here. Do this now? No, we're going to do this. Okay. All right, we'll try it. No. More.
Back to the bridge. Take it.
Thank you very much. How do you do, sir? Nice to see you. Looks like Arthur Godfrey. Hal, can you get a shot of the skyline there, or is that not possible? This is looking back to Manhattan. Oh, it's more beautiful than even the postcards. Oh, there it is. Well, that's not bad. Wow. Who is that? Get back. Just, oh, they're changing. Oh, they're unloading the machines now. Oh, this will be good. Wait a minute. Excuse me, sir. Are you with the Bridge Commission?
Yes, we work for the authority.
What is your name, sir? Bob? Okay, Bob, and what are you doing there exactly?
Not much. It's fun.
Is this, how often do they change the money in the machines? This is a fascinating insight, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen?
40 times a day.
40 times a day, and how much money, or the equivalent, is in that container right there? Huh? What do you say?
No idea.
You have no idea?
They're
Okay.
weighed.
All right.
They're weighed, and there's, I don't know how much the amount is. Revenue control does that.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for putting that in layman's terms that we can all understand.
Have a good day, then.
What that is? Okay, that's enough of that. The heck with that. I have no idea what those guys are doing. Let's see. We'll do a... You look great. You just look great.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, but I mean, I've never met you before. I've spoken to you once on the phone, and you have a lovely phone voice. But you are more striking in person than even when we see you on television or films or in pictures and stuff.
Well, I could say the same for you.
Well, no, then we know you'd be lying.
No, it's not true.
Your life changed, improved, or tell us what happened. 2 years ago, everything became great for you with your little baby girl.
Yes, except that I had to stop watching the show, so I've been having a great time tonight, because it's the first time in 2 years that I've been able to stay up and see it.
Well, that's all right.
So I had a baby. I got married 7 years ago.
That changes everything for you, doesn't it, when you have a baby? Did you expect the change to be that radical?
Well, I expected it to be radical, which is why I put it off for so long, and now I wish I hadn't put it off for so long, because they tell you all about the radical changes, but they don't tell you it's the greatest love affair of all time.
Yeah. Would you, and this is a silly question, the kind that they ask on television, but would you do everything. You're an actress and a model and a photographer and so on and so forth, an author. Would you, if somebody said you can do one or the other, you can either be a professional woman or you can be a mother, which would you choose?
Mom.
Yeah, see, there you go. That's what's important in life, don't you think?
Well, yeah, I do. I do. You know, you get very rational about it, so you sort of lose the thread. But but also I had a lot of time to find out that that's what was important.
Yeah.
Now I know I'm not missing anything except the show.
You're not missing anything. And where, Chloe? Where are we raising Chloe? Where is she? Will she be a California girl, New York, European?
Sort of New York and France, but mostly New York and California to visit her family out there.
Yeah. Now, when you go to France, do you have a home there?
We have a house in France.
See, this is great. This story gets better and better, doesn't it? What part of France?
It's in the southwest. It's way, way deep in France.
Yeah. Do you enjoy that as an American girl who grew up in, I guess, Beverly Hills, right?
I do enjoy it. I love being there. I did grow up in Beverly Hills, so I am sort of regarded as the wimp from Southern California because of being a vegetarian. And when you go shopping there, you don't get chicken under cellophane. It's not all remote. You go and they hold you a thing that's still flapping. And they say, could you take the feet off, please? And I don't want the head either. And, you know, maybe could you take off a few of the feathers? And they, so I'm a little bit of the weenie of the house. And then you go shopping, and it's truffle country, and it's foie gras country. And once you really know the genesis of foie gras...
What is that?
Well, it's the liver of a goose. And once you see them sort of, you know, cramming food down a goose's throat...
They force-feed the geese, don't they?
They force-feed the geese.
What do they feed them?
They feed them grain and...
TV dinners?
TV dinners, you know, high fat, because foie gras is a fat liver.
Yeah.
And then the livers get diseased and infected, and a lot of the delicacies in France are diseased things, which is... You know, you have cheese with mold, and you have truffles, which are like sort of cancerous tumors on the tips of trees.
Really?
And then foie gras, which is just a liver bigger than the goose almost, and it's veined. This drives my husband crazy when I do this, and I do this usually at dinner while people are eating foie gras in France.
You tell them what they're eating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once we went to a restaurant, and they brought us a chicken and something. My husband said, "What's a chicken?" And he says, "Oh, it's like a bag." I said, "A bag?" He said, "Yeah, you'll love it." And suddenly I look up, and it was like a horror movie I saw when I was a kid. It was a movie about a giant human eyeball that attacks a ski resort. And in came this chicken with this enormous veined balloon that was sort of shaking. And I went, "Oh, my God!" And he said, "That's the specialty of the restaurant. This is the finest restaurant in Paris." And it was chicken in a bladder. It was a pig's bladder that had blown up in the oven, and the chicken was very moist and tender because they had stuffed it in this pig's bladder, and it's an old medieval recipe, and it was a great honor to be served it. So.
No, I think you were probably there on Wacky Chef Night. I don't think that. See, I'm with you on that. I would rather not endure that kind of a meal.
Yeah. I mean, just chicken without a pig's bladder already, I was thrilled.
Let's talk about this movie now. This is the Mayflower Madam. This is the thing a couple of years ago. This woman was running a very high-class call-girl operation. Is that the deal?
Yeah.
And you play, what's her name?
Sydney Biddle-Barrows.
Sydney Biddle-Barrows.
Yes.
Did you meet this woman?
clear-minded, very lucid, very smart, ambitious, very clever, great businesswoman. And I was with her at a press conference where she got a lot of hostile fire at 11 o'clock in the morning from very overweight women with shoulder pads and beads. And she handled herself, she's very fast on her feet, very adroit.
But now, what were the charges? She was,
Well, the charges was that she was running an escort service, which usually is, you know, let to flourish in the city. But because she was such a blue blood, because she was a Biddle, and because she had 2 Mayflowers, one on each side, and she just didn't have the trust fund, but she had the pedigree.
But this was a felony. I don't know. Was it?
Well,
I guess it must be.
It was a felony, but she was let off with a fine because in order to release her client list, they would have had to publish the hundreds of names of New York lawyers and UN ambassadors.
So the system kind of broke down there then, because if it were anybody else, she might have done some time or a suspended sentence or something?
In fact, it went against her because she was a Biddle and because she had such Tony clients. They thought that there was this whole system underneath, that maybe she was sort of the tip of the iceberg.
Oh,
in fact, she was just the iceberg.
Turned out, there's all good.
And there was a guy in Vice that thought he might be promoted if he busted her.
Is this true? We have to say goodbye to this woman now? Oh, no. Is that right? We can do what? Tell me about the pig bladder again. Come on, Candace.
Well, it was like this eyeball.
Anyway, let's see. It took us forever to get you here, and geez,
so
you're
now
such
I have
a
to
knockout.
come back, and then I could meet
Well,
Bob.
now, will you come back or not?
Yes, yes,
because the last time you said, "Oh, I'll come one day," and then 6 years later, you finally showed up. But I don't blame you.
No, I'll come back.
All right, let's see. This thing, the Mayflower Madam.